Standing By, the Terry and Ted podcast is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada, now with over 400 locations across Canada.
Hi there. Welcome to another edition of the Standing By podcast with Terry DiMonte and that guy, Ted Bird, for Wednesday, November the 19th, 2025. Hello, Ted.
How are you now?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I should say from the top, we are guest-free this week, so there'll be plenty of shenanigans today.
And neither one of us is wearing pants.
Okay, so it's the pantless episode of the Standing By podcast. And, of course, it's brought to you by our title sponsor, our friends at the UPS Store Canada. If you go to the UPS Store website, you'll be able to find a store. You'll be able to find a story about shipping. You'll be able to find the deal on shipping up until the end of December. A lot of people are turning to the UPS Store because of the, let's say, I don't know, inconsistency of the post office. So a lot of people that run small businesses are going to the UPS Store hoping for solutions. And that's what they do. That's why they're as big as they are. Over 400 locations across the country. Everything from boxes to ship things, envelopes to ship things, packing peanuts, stamps, passport pictures, shredding facilities. It's kind of a one-stop shop if you run a small business or you're looking to get something across the country. All you have to do is go to the website, which I just clicked off. Whoops. I didn't bring my laptop this week, so I'm a little clumsy with the phone. It's the upsstore.ca.
It is.
You go there and you find a location near you. Over 400 of them from coast to coast to coast across the country. They are our title sponsor. Well, so we got lots to talk about this week.
We need to talk about
Excuse me.
staging an intervention for your wife. She has a Paul McCartney problem.
She sure does. It's a joyful one. It really is. My wife, Jess, is, I know there are a lot of Paul McCartney fans, but Jess is
She's next level.
Yeah, she's next level. Last night, as we're recording this podcast, we saw Paul McCartney at the Bell Center. We figured out it is now my 10th time, I think, seeing him. It was her 43rd show.
I was going to say, you're just a beginner.
Yeah, I'm I'm an amateur compared to her. And
you're going again tonight.
We're going again tonight. Yeah, tonight will be number 44. And then at the end of the week, we're going to Hamilton to see him.
No, you are not.
We are. We absolutely are. And you know, people ask me about this all the time, and Jess always says, you know what, that's what I choose to spend my money on. It's what she loves to do. And she had a love affair with Paul McCartney that was ignited when her dad took her years and years ago. And she became part of a group of fans called Fans on the Run in her 20s that followed Paul around. And she got to meet people from all over the world. And going to the shows with her are really, really something because all the shows are like mini reunions for this group of people who follow Paul. And so there's people like last night we had dinner with somebody from Regina. I sat next to somebody from San Diego. There are people there from Chicago. There are people there from Vancouver, literally all over the planet. It's a McCartney thing. And I'm not stunned, but everybody says, it's nostalgia. Okay, if you think going to see a Beatle is nostalgia, I guess you're entitled to your opinion. The man's 83 years old. He played for 3 hours, and the catalog of songs that he played are the soundtrack to the world. And I don't know how he does it. Like, I tried to stand for 3 hours, and I had to sit down a couple of times. And the only time he sits down is when he's playing the piano. And he's eternally youthful and eternally joyful.
Still got it?
Yeah, he does. He does. You can tell he does it because he loves it. He certainly doesn't need the money.
No, sir. I think he's good.
Yeah. I don't think he's contributing to his retirement fund. It's just, it's a special thing, and it's a special thing that my wife really enjoys, and I love to see her happy. So
you saw him 4 times last Christmas.
Yeah.
In England, and now you'll see him 3 times over the next week. Is every concert a different experience?
Yeah, just because of the way he presents it. A lot of times the set list that he's been playing on this tour for the last couple of years, it changes a little bit, but by and large, there's a lot of songs that he has to play. If you go to see McCartney, he's got to play Let It Be. He has to play Hey Jude. He has to play, he had some surprises. And Jess and I are really spoiled because we go to something called Soundcheck. You can buy a ticket to see him do Soundcheck in the afternoon, where he plays another bunch of songs for about an hour while they're doing Soundcheck. And you can buy a ticket to that and get in to see that. And he'll play different songs there.
So what happens at Soundcheck? Might they stop
Yeah.
a minute into a song and say, okay, we got to change this, we got to adjust that?
Yeah, they rarely do, but what they're doing is they're checking the video screens, they're checking the sounds of things, the way, the guitars are plugged in, vocals, whatever. And it's rare that they stop because I think McCartney's a bit of a taskmaster. Like things have to be, so they rarely stop, but they banter and they jam, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of I think it's a special event because of, I was telling somebody last night, I think the Beatles led me into the radio business, and the radio business gave me a really good life. So when I see Paul McCartney, I still get a little goosebumpy. Yeah. And we spend the money to sit close. We sit really close.
My friend and yours, David Garfinkel, was there last night. David is confined to a wheelchair, so he was in the wheelchair section, and his daughter Emily had tickets, but they were up in the nosebleeds, and David told me Emily and her friend were on their way up to their seats, and a guy stopped them and said, where are you going? And they said, well, we're back there in the last row. And he said, no, you're not. Come with me. And he gave them front row tickets, like tickets right down in front of the stage. He's on McCartney's crew, apparently.
Yep.
And apparently Paul likes to have
That's a
attractive young women in the front row. So
That's a
83 years young, but...
Yep. Well, it's funny because the thing, with the exception of my wife, who's much younger than I am, it's a funny thing about the McCartney show. There's a lot of, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
There's a woman I met last night that was at the Shea Stadium show in 1964.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like really, really, not just fans, but fanatics.
Yeah.
And Jess knows all the inner workings of the crew and what they do. She knows people on the crew. She's seen the show so many times. And she explained that to me, that he likes to, like a lot of bands like to do this. They go up into the rafters and say, they see somebody that they think A, is pretty, or B, are big, big fans. And they say, come with me. And I think I might have seen those two last night.
Okay.
Because we were in whatever row we were in. I think we were in the 5th or 8th, somewhere in there on the floor, dead center. And in front of me, before the show started, there were girls doing this. Like they were in their seats going, oh my God. Oh my God. And Jess said, yeah, those are probably the,
Could have been them. It could have been Emily and her friend. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no kidding.
When you're in the last row.
Yeah.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah, Dave was happy about that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Anyway, can't say enough good things about Paul McCartney and the show. If you get a chance to see him, see him. This is one of the other things I said to Jess. He's 83. You would call that a window that's closing, I would think. If you're a massive, massive fan, if you've never seen him. And I fully admit, I never thought I would get to see any of the Beatles, never get to see anybody perform any of those songs. I never thought I would get to see, Paul McCartney sing Hey Jude. And when I saw him for the first time in 1989, I'm not ashamed to admit I got a little teary-eyed. Yeah.
Makes it so bittersweet that John Lennon's not still with us.
Yeah, and there are moments in the show, like there's now a moment in the show because of technology, where he actually performs with John on one of the songs.
Oh, yeah, you talked about that last year after England.
Yeah, it's really something else. Yeah.
I think we spoke as well, and I'll bring it up again because I just think it's if you're a Beatles fan, even if you're not a Beatles fan, I just love the premise of the movie Yesterday.
Yes.
which was about a
that's
guy.
great.
A guy gets he's on a bicycle and he gets hit by a truck or a lorry because it's in England. And he goes in a coma, and when he comes out of the coma, he comes out of the coma in a world where the Beatles didn't exist as a band, but he knows all their songs.
It's a great premise.
Yeah, and he's a singer-songwriter, so he performs Beatles songs, and people are going, wow, that's fantastic. Did you write that? And he's like, no. It's a Beatles song. But in this world that he's come back
Nobody
to, the
knows.
Beatles didn't exist. Yeah.
Really terrific.
And
film.
towards the end of the movie, he tracks down John Lennon, who's a retired postman, living in a little cottage beside the sea. Yeah. And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it's called.
Yeah, that made me burst into tears too, because the guy that, I forget the actor, but boy, did they have it down.
The actor who played John Lennon? Yeah.
Do you remember him? No.
I remember the scene.
Yeah. There's, thank you. Pantelis is our producer this week, and if you're watching on YouTube, he just brought up what I was just talking about from Paul McCartney's show. It's footage from the Peter Jackson film of John singing on the roof of Abbey Road during the Let It Be days, and he actually duets with Lennon, and it's quite moving. It really is quite moving. And you can see the emotion in McCartney's face when he's doing it. It's really quite something. And yes, the tickets were very expensive this time around.
Was it as much as your speeding ticket on the 20 that morning? When the SQ guy said, I'm going to need your paper and it's going to be very expensive.
It was even a little more expensive than that. And I get it. And again, we're lucky we're able to do it. It's what we choose to do.
Hey, listen, you don't have to apologize.
No.
Because then 20,000 other people would have to apologize too, and they don't have to.
No, and the shows are sold out. People still love to see them, and I think it's it's worth the money. Excuse me. It's really an amazing experience, and I get it. I can't explain the greed that goes on. I think it's a Live Nation issue myself. I don't know. But the ticket prices, especially right after they went on sale, were absolutely insane. We got in on the ground floor because we were up early that morning, and the whole deal if you're buying tickets. And the other thing that really puzzles me, though, is now, and apparently Taylor Swift started this, now the bands, including Paul McCartney, who doesn't need to do it, so I don't get this, are selling the merchandise from the show outside the arena for people who couldn't afford to get tickets or go see him.
So even if you don't have a ticket, you can go down and buy your $60 T-shirt.
$60 T-shirt? Try $100.
Really?
Yeah. There is a jean jacket on the merchandise table last night. A jean jacket for $700.
Well, I guess that's the business model, and you don't have to buy it.
That's the thing. And believe me, I'm a capitalist. Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
You can get what you get. There you go. There's another article. Thank you, Pantelis. He's just put up an article that said just 1,591 tickets for a Taylor Swift show went on sale to the public for a venue that could hold 13,000 plus. Excuse me.
So riddle me this. You became a Beatles fan because you grew up with the Beatles.
Yes. I
remember you telling the story about being, 8 years old or whatever you are when they were on whatever you were when they were on the Ed Sullivan Show. And we were alive during the heyday of the Beatles. We were teenagers and into our early 20s during the heyday of Paul McCartney and Wings, his solo career. Jess was born after all that.
Yeah.
How did she become such a huge McCartney fan?
I'm telling you, I think that's the power of the whole Beatles thing, and it's the power of music. Can you think of anybody more melodic than Paul McCartney?
No.
Can you think of a bigger catalog of massive, massive hit songs than Paul McCartney? I can't. And there's a magic about him, and she fell under his spell. Excuse me, when she saw him at a very young age. Mm-hmm. And the more she saw him, the more she wanted to see him. And believe me, our house is full of McCartney posters, McCartney memorabilia. And I'm very sorry, I'm having trouble with my throat this morning. There's when you get to go on stage and he autographs your arm, and then you
Which
gotta
happened with her a number of years ago, right?
Yeah.
And that ended up on the front page of the Journal de Montréal.
Yeah. You know, that when you get on stage and you hug Paul McCartney, and McCartney says, Are you okay? Are you going to be okay? Are you going to pass out? Are you going to be okay? And you have a conversation with him on stage, and he autographs your arm, and then you get that tattooed the next day. That'll make you a fan for life, I
guess.
think. You know, I was saying last night, that's a very unique experience.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm sure, have met Paul McCartney. A lot of people would love to meet Paul McCartney. But to be on stage, hanging on to him while he autographs your arm in front of 20,000 people, that's a unique experience. Yeah. That'll make you a fan for life.
Yep.
We should talk about the Coupe Grey.
You want to talk about the Coupe Grey?
Because I would like you to explain to me this CFL nonsense.
Which part?
Yeah.
Which nonsensical part would you like me to explain?
Well, you got a quarterback, and then you have the Butterfingers quarterback. I didn't know
the guy who fumbles on the goal line.
Yeah, I didn't know you needed two. So you get on you're on the 2nd-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal, and you call off the guy who got you there, and you bring on Fumbles McGee.
Yeah.
To try and drive the ball into the end zone.
Well, Fumbles McGee is not supposed to fumble. And
but what is the point of that?
He's bigger. He's bigger and
clearly clumsier.
Clumsier, yeah. So, odds are a bigger guy, a bigger, stronger guy, physically stronger guy has got a better chance of pushing his way into the end zone. So that's why they bring them in.
Is that a CFL thing?
Because I guess
because
you don't see it in the NFL, at least
no.
not. Or if it does happen, it's rare. Yeah, I don't know. That was the first CFL game I've watched this year, and maybe the first CFL game I watched in 2 years. And it's not that I don't like the CFL. I used to love the CFL. When I lived in Toronto, my buddies and I used to go to Argo games at the old exhibition stadium down on the shores of Lake Ontario. They'd get 45,000 people. Yeah. And we'd be up there in the nosebleeds going, drop that kick. No, what was it? Block that kick. Block that punt. Grab that cheerleader by the Argos.
If you're watching on YouTube, Pantelis just put the fumble up. I didn't understand it. I thought, wow, they're going to score here. No, they're not.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I bailed at halftime because I thought Saskatchewan was. I was getting tired. I wanted to go to bed, and I thought Saskatchewan it was 8:00. Almost 8:30.
This crazy Grey Cup on in the wee hours of the morning.
Was on its way. Yeah. And I was also, at the risk of being, a crabby old man, there was way too much virtue signaling before the game. Way too much virtue signaling.
Yeah.
I mean, between the land acknowledgements and the drumming and the dancing and the Grey Cup coming out with one RCMP officer wearing a turban alongside of his sexually ambiguous RCMP partner. I just thought, come on, guys, come on.
DEI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wasn't alone, too, because I put out on Twitter or X, I said, enough already with the virtue signaling. Please play the game. And I got a lot of likes on that tweet. I thought I was going to get raked over the coals, but I wasn't. People agreed with me.
I've said before, I always thought of sports as a respite from all the craziness in the world, all of it. And that includes, whatever your politics are or, whatever the issues of the day are. I just start the game. Let's go. Give me the distraction for a couple of hours. But what do we know? Huh?
Not much.
Okay. We should mention Sugar Sammy because Sugar Sammy is all over the world on tour, doing things, making people laugh everywhere.
Terry and Jessica will be going to England in December to see Sugar Sammy do 5 shows.
We're going to follow them around.
They're going to get their McCartney fix here in Canada in November and then go see Sammy in December. Actually, he's got one show in November in Manchester, England, where you saw McCartney last year, right?
Yes.
And then 4 shows in London, 2 of which are already sold out. And then he's back home in late January for a series of shows in Montreal and Quebec City. Some of the shows will be bilingual. Some of the shows will be English only. I think even if your French is as shaky as mine, I think it's worth going to the bilingual shows.
Absolutely, you can follow along.
Yeah. And it's just such a uniquely Quebec experience when he does the bilingual shows. And then if you're a snowbird and you want to wait until you're down in Florida, you can go see him in Miami or Tampa or Orlando in February as he kicks off a 19-city American tour. Ticket information and lots of multimedia on his website, sugarsammy.com.
Do yourself a favor and see if you can find some clips of him on television in France, on France a beaucoup talent, whatever it's called. He is terrific.
Yeah,
He's
the French version of You're Gonna Laugh.
He's one of the judges, and it's just so great.
He might even be a bigger star in France than he is in Canada.
Well,
I know he's a huge star in Quebec. He gets recognized everywhere in Quebec. There are probably parts of Canada where he can walk around without being accosted.
British Columbia, Alberta, and even in Manitoba. Big following.
But in France, he's on a national television show. So.
Yeah. SugarSammy.com. Got a great website. Can I hear your vaccine story? Because I got my flu vaccine last week, and I think next week I'm going for my RSV, respiratory Stitzenflatzen.
Yeah.
Thank you, doctor.
I'm here for the respiratory Stitzenflatzen.
I don't know. It's my doctor said you got to get the RSV.
Well, my doctor, Dr. Benjamin, and God love him, he's been my family physician for 40 years. And I said to him last year when I went for my physical, I said, I'm concerned about when you retire. How am I going to find another GP? And he said, don't worry about it. I'm not retiring.
Really?
He said, I like what I do too much.
That's great.
I'm going to keep working.
My dermatologist, Dr. Graton, is like that. He shortened his work week and shortened his hours. And I asked him about it. He's in his 70s, and he said, I love what I do.
Dr. Benjamin's about our age, and he takes time off. He's going to take like a month or 6 weeks off and go to Australia.
Good for him.
Over Christmas time. But he said to me, as a matter of fact, I was leaving, and he called me back in, and he said to me, did you get your shingles vaccine last year like I told you to? And I went, I don't know. And he said to me, get it.
Yeah.
He said, get it. He said, if you get shingles, he said, you're going to want to die.
Yeah.
But you're not going to die. You're only going to suffer.
Live in pain for weeks on end.
Yeah. We know someone who got it.
Yes.
And we had him as a guest. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to, it's his own private medical business. But we had to wait months and months before we could get him into the studio because he was debilitated by shingles.
Yeah. It's apparently misery of the highest order. If you're over 50, talk to your doctor. Believe me, this is not an ad. Just talk to your doctor about shingles vaccine. I got it because I can't imagine having shingles after the stories you hear.
I suffer enough already. I don't want So it's free if you're over 75. So I had to pay. It was $215.
Yeah.
And I'll have to pay another $215 when I get my second shot in February. But it's a small price to pay to avoid he was so insistent. Dr. Benjamin was so insistent. So while I'm getting my shingles vaccine at the pharmacy, the nurse says to me, you want a COVID shot? And I was like, COVID schmovid.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, we had a good laugh because I was saying, that's just asking for it, eh? Hey, you remember that guy who said COVID schmovid? Yeah. Guess what?
He's dead.
But I did take the flu vaccine. I didn't take the COVID shot. Yeah. I did take the flu vaccine at our age. That one was free.
Yeah, I just listened to my doctor. I've had so many COVID vaccines, and because I had heart surgery, I trust my doctor. So, like when he said to me, "Get the RSV," and I'm like, "Whoa, what's that?" It's some respiratory Stitzenbitzen. And so I don't know what they won't give you them all at once, which is a good idea. Because when I got my flu vaccine, I felt like shit for about 24 hours. And next week it'll be RSV, and then I guess he'll tell me what I have to do on COVID. I noticed a number of people wearing masks last night at the Bell Center. Like not a lot.
Yeah.
But I noticed
they're still out there.
Yeah, but I also, and before you judge anybody with a mask, Jess pointed this out. Could be somebody who's in
immunocompromised.
Yeah, or having chemo treatment.
Yeah.
Or out of the house because they, their doctor said make sure you wear. I don't know what it is.
Or Asian.
You're right about that, Pentelis. Yeah.
I'm going to walk around with a goalie mask on.
Pentelis, have you had your shingles shot? Your vaccine? No, you're too young.
Yeah.
He's too young. Yeah. I'd also like to ask you about your expert hockey analysis because I follow you on Twitter, of course, and I don't need to go to Twitter to talk to you. I can phone you or text you.
Yeah.
But how do you arrive at your expert hockey analysis?
I'll be watching the Canadians and I'll make an observation. And I always, at the end, put it sarcastically, that's my expert hockey analysis. And that kind of disarms the people who are out there just looking for a reason to pick a fight with you. And you don't know what you're talking about. That's my way of saying I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just shooting my opinion out
What was
there.
it you said about Montembeau this week? It made me laugh.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was
probably after he he gave up this big juicy rebound. I forget who they were playing. He gave up this big juicy rebound, and the guy on the other team just buried it. And so I put up the video and said, "Here's Sam Montembeau auditioning for the part of Santa Claus at the Canadians' Christmas party. That's my expert hockey analysis."
All right, let's move on to another topic, if you don't mind. I wanted to just quickly say hi and thank you to the. Look at the nice picture. It's the picture from the. I made it to the back. Our host for the evening, Terry DiMonte.
Host of what for the what evening?
This was. Working together for English-speaking Quebec. It's a part of TALQ, T-A-L-Q. I'm not sure what it stands for, but English-speaking Quebecers across...
Tabarnak, away.
Yeah.
Les Québécois.
There you go. Away les Québécois. They asked me to host their night called 30 for 30. And what they did was they grabbed, they didn't grab.
Get over here.
They grabbed 30 people, and I was there for every one of them. No, I'm just being dumb. I'm being
Multiple
dumb.
harassment suits were filed subsequently.
Yeah. Terry, where's he? He's in prison. It was at the Atwater Club, the historic Atwater Club in Montreal. And Rob Braid, our former fearless leader, asked me if I would get involved and talk to Genevieve and Eva Ludwig and Sylvia, all part of the Talk Network. And what they did was they recognized 30 Quebecers across the province in different disciplines who are helping the English community survive and thrive.
Nice.
And I thought it was a really nice evening, and I just wanted to thank them for making me part of it. And I met a few people there that night who remembered me from the radio days and said to me, "You got a podcast?" And you and I were talking before we got started today. We got to let more people know we have a podcast.
Yeah, I ran into that as well this past weekend.
Yes.
I did 2 comedy shows. I did a comedy show for the Montreal Fluency Center on Friday night, and then I went out to Knowlton on Saturday night and did a show for Knowlton Academy. And I got the nights mixed up and prepared the wrong material for each show.
Oh, boy.
So the Montreal Fluency Center got 15 minutes of United Empire Loyalist jokes. And the Knowlton crowd got a full set on the lighter side of aphasia and syntax impairments. But at both shows,
Yes.
I had that happen. I had people go, "Oh, I used to listen to you and Terry all the time. We miss you guys in the radio." And I said, "You don't have to miss us. We have a podcast." You have a podcast? How do I find it?
What time's
Well,
it
you
on?
call one of your kids or grandkids
Yep,
and you
there
tell
you go.
them, "Please find me standing by the Terry and Ted podcast." And specifically, and I told them I would give them a shout out, and I actually remembered their names. Marcello and Laura, who I met
Nice.
at the Montreal Fluency Center show, which was held at the storied home of the Royal Montreal Regiment, right across the street from where you used to live on St. Catherine Street in Westmount.
Yeah,
And
right next to the pool.
Yeah, I researched it a little bit and found out that it was Canada's first officially bilingual military unit when it was founded back in 1914. And I said, nowhere is the RMR's bilingual heritage more evident than it is in the regimental motto, if I can remember it, on y soit pas qui, no, on y soit pas qui il, I can't remember it now. Anyway, I said the French part.
Pantelis is going to find it for you.
I said the French part and then said motherfuckers. On y soit pas qui il y something. Motherfuckers. And the only guy who laughed was Colin Robinson, the former commanding officer of the regiment. He loved it. He gave me an applause break.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
There we go. God bless ChatGPT.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Pantelis. Where is it? Guerre de Base. On y soit pas qu'il n'existe pas, mais le cri de guerre français. Okay, I'll stop now. Because that's what happens to my French.
Yeah.
When I begin speaking, I sound a little bit like quand je parle français, and that's as far as I get, and then I begin to...
The wheels start to wobble.
Yeah, they're like, English, English, English. And then I begin to sound like Joe Clark, and then I give up, which is really dumb. You know what? I was thinking about it the other night. It's one of my biggest regrets. I don't have a lot of regrets, but I really regret...
Listen, where you live now...
Yeah, I know.
It's not too late. You know what I should be doing? And I'm going to break my anonymity here, which you're not supposed to do, but I don't give a fuck. I'm 28 years sober. If I get hammered tonight, so be it.
Well,
but I should be going to French AA meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Because that will put me in a French milieu on a regular basis.
Yep.
And maybe I'll meet a 50-year-old stripper named Lulu.
Yeah. Allure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to, I've lived here for 40 years. I'm not functionally bilingual, but I've got the basics. I have to immerse myself in it somehow, somewhere. But when you're living in Point Claire, and after 40 years of working in an English milieu, English language radio, I need to live in 3 months for 3 months in Shawinigan or Rimouski or I need to live somewhere where I'm going to have to speak French, and I'll have it in 3 months.
Well, I get embarrassed by it, and I've told both my father-in-law and my grandfather-in-law. Is that what you say? My wife's grandfather and my wife's father both understand English, but really don't speak it. And I do my best, but I clam up, and I get embarrassed, and I hold back. And instead of practicing like I should, like I was in an Uber last week, and I said to the guy when I got out of the Uber, because we spoke only in French, and he could tell I was an English guy, and he was a guy from another place on the planet. And he said, "Votre français is coming along." I forget how you say that in French. How do you say that in French? Français.
It's improving?
Yeah, it's improving. And I said, "Merci pour le pratique de mon français," which is really bad grammar.
But it's like anything else. You got to practice it on a regular basis. You can't just practice it every time you take an Uber. You've got to be immersed in it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I've had lots of opportunities, when Serge Fiori passed away, because Serge and I were acquaintances, if not friends. And when he passed away, the French media reached out to me, and I went on radio.
I remember that.
Yeah, but it was a goddamn disaster.
Was it though, or was it only in your mind?
No, no. I'm sure you can find it online. It's really, and I had my wife.
Did you
Jess.
do your best?
I did my
and
best.
Were they patient and kind
Yes.
and generous
Yes,
with you?
they were. They absolutely were. And it's really anyway. I don't know how we got on this, but I as a Quebecer, I wish I could. If Radio Canada was to call me and ask me my opinion on something, I wish I would be able to jump right in.
Yeah. Well, listen. If you live to 85, that
Yes.
means you've got 17 years to learn French.
thanks.
You can learn. You know what I'm thinking about doing?
What?
Buying a keyboard and learning to play the piano.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my biggest regrets. Because my dad was a really good musician and a great piano player. I know I've got it in me.
Yeah.
But I can remember being like 20 years old and going, too late now. If I had started then, I'd be playing piano for the last 45 years.
Also, I find, well, for me anyway, when I was in my 20s, it would be like, it's like when I took guitar lessons in grade 6, and I think when I was in my 20s, I was like, I should pick that up again. King, clink, 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 clink. Well, the hell with it. Like, I just didn't have the patience for it. I think I could remember how to play an A minor. Ping, ping, ping. I don't know if that gets better as you get older.
Well, I think you just have more. I assume you develop more patience, and you'd have more time now.
Yeah.
Like you're not in a rush to go do something else. You don't have to think about getting up for work tomorrow. You can sit there and plink, plank, plonk all day long.
Yeah. But don't you find, though, after about a half an hour of plink, plink, plonk, you say to yourself, what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you might be right.
If you're watching on YouTube, Pantelis is... Who's that, Pantelis? Could be me. Yeah.
That's funny. Old guy with overalls and a hat, piece of straw in his mouth.
Yeah, I was telling somebody last night, somebody asked me about moving back from BC, and I said, I'm a Quebecer. I'm a proud Quebecer. Mm-hmm. And I'm from Quebec, and I should be bilingual. And proficient on the guitar.
You should be able to play and sing Felix Leclerc songs.
Yeah. Let's. Can I just quickly say I noticed this in the news this past week. Pasta Casareccia. Remember them, Ted?
Sure, yeah.
On,
I used to
Sherbrooke's?
buy pasta there all the time.
Yeah.
And pasta sauce.
Yeah, when I lived
they made
in-
a nice bolognese.
Yep. When I was in NDG, I was there all the time. They just celebrated their 40th anniversary.
Oh, good. I
for
thought you were
them.
going to say they closed.
No.
That's
They're
good news.
Yeah, they're still there.
Do they still have the one in Saint Laurent? Do you know?
I don't
'Cause that's
know.
where I used to buy my stuff when I lived in Saint Laurent.
I'm not sure, but I put that on the notes this week. I thought there's a long time business that's run by a family who's using family recipes, I think, still, and really flies below the radar, I think. Not if you live in the area. Everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, they got good stuff.
boy,
That's one of those places where it's like Nona makes.
Yeah, well, that's because I think those are the
'Cause Nona
recipes.
makes it.
Yeah, those are the recipes they're using.
Yeah.
We used to go there all the time. Congratulations on that 40th anniversary. Okay, let's say hi to, we were talking about them before we turned the mics on, the Riches. Pierre is back from Antwerp, and if you're starting to think about the Christmas holidays, listen to us when we tell you about Robert Richer Jewelers.
Pierre brings the highest quality diamonds back from Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world, where he has special access to the diamond factories. And he's back from his semi-annual trip. But, whether you're looking for a high-end diamond or something on a smaller budget, Robert Richer Jewelers can take care of you. As an example, you see that bracelet that I'm wearing?
Yes.
That's the Quebec Suicide Prevention Awareness bracelet. And when I texted Linda this week and said, what do you want us to talk about? She mentioned that. There's a couple of different models. They're $35. And half of what you pay goes to the Quebec Suicide Prevention Awareness Association. So you don't have to spend big bucks to get something really nice. And you should go on their Instagram account as well. Linda does videos on their Instagram account that are really cool. And she did one this week on the basically the components and functions, the different components and functions of diamond rings. And it's really, really interesting. Educational gemology-themed videos. They are passionate about what they do at Robert Richer Jewelers, and they want to make sure you walk away with a product that fits you in more ways than one.
Bracelets, earrings. You don't have to just buy diamonds. There's all kinds of Christmas gifts that you can get
and all
there.
kinds of different precious gems as well, not just diamonds. They're on Dorval Avenue, 309 Dorval Avenue in Dorval, just across from the lost city of Atlantis.
Where, believe it or not, you can park.
Yeah.
Underwater. There you go. Shall we also talk about our friends at Playground Poker? I know you've got another date for arriving at. Well, it's not for the poker; it's for the food.
Yeah, I'm going.
It's
for
the food.
It's the food. I'm going for dinner with the aforementioned David Garfinkel to their steakhouse, etc. Have you got your player's card yet?
I still don't.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Well, I've been busy with Paul McCartney.
How are you going to qualify for the $60 million guaranteed World Series of Poker big event in the Bahamas?
I better get on
if
it.
you don't get your player's card. Well, it's too late now because the World Series of Poker event at Playground in November finished up this week. So you're going to have to wait till the next one. Still lots of money to be won, lots of fun to be had, though, at Playground Poker. They've got 65 poker tables, over 1,100 electronic gaming machines, including slots, electronic blackjack, roulette, baccarat. I still haven't figured out whether you pronounce the T at the end of baccarat. It's a French word, so you probably don't. It would be baccarat. No?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Yeah. Head over to Playground. Well, first of all, go to playground.ca and get that player's card, because that gives you access to the poker and to the gaming machines and to all the promotions that they have, whether it's with gaming or with the restaurants. It's definitely worth having. The player's card, you can find it online, playground.ca. Do the full tour online and see the kind of fun you're in for when you head over to Playground. They're on the 138 in Ganawage. Cross the Mercier Bridge, stay on the 138, and you can't miss it. It's on the right-hand side, about, 5-7 minutes down the road.
The trip without the stew.
The trip without the no.
The strip.
The strip without the trip.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Strip without the trip.
I got a 2 and a 9. How's that? Do I win?
No, sir, not a bit. But thanks for coming.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's just a lot of fun, whether you gamble or not. It's a lot of fun. Great spot. I was thinking about you yesterday. Do you notice it's hard to be able to pee somewhere when you're out? Have you noticed this?
You mean performance anxiety?
No. Just finding a place to pee these days. Because I yesterday, after driving from up north, and we got into town, and we had to find a place to go where you buy a coffee in order to use the bathroom. It's kind of a vicious cycle, isn't it?
So the bathrooms are for clients only.
Well, everywhere now. You can't go in. Nobody will let you use their washroom unless you buy something.
Well, that's what adult diapers are for, sir.
Not ready to go there yet.
No, eh?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I live so far from the city. Maybe it's because, I'm in my 60s. But I notice like more and more, and I get it. If you run a business downtown, you can't just let people come in and out of the bathroom because it gets ugly.
You know what I do? And it always works.
Piss your pants?
No. I wear adult diapers. No. I say to them, I go up to whoever's at the counter at whatever the place is, and I say, I'll give you $10,000 if you let me use your washroom.
Didn't you do that in New York?
Yeah.
Was that you? Was that you, or was my buddy Tim? I think
Tim might have done it too, but that's what I always do that. I'm sure I did that in New York as well.
I'll give you $100. Yeah.
No, I always make it ridiculous. I always offer them $10,000, and then they say, "Okay, pay me on the way out," and they let me go. It works the same way. It's the same sort of disarming reference as "Mon français est une catastrophe."
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, or try the adult diapers. Who's going to know?
On the upside of it, we were right across from the Bell Center before we were going into the sound check thing, and we went to Kettleman's Bagels. I didn't even know that was there. Do you know Kettleman's Bagels?
I don't know.
They're an Ontario bagel company.
Oh, really, eh?
I thought it was kind of ballsy of an Ontario bagel company to come into Quebec.
Seriously.
You know,
Like my first reaction would be, those aren't Montreal bagels.
no, that's my reaction. And Jess said, "Let's go into Kettleman's," and I said, "No." Why would? Of course, I had to pee really bad, so we went into Kettleman's.
Did you have a bagel?
And it was delicious.
And? Really, eh?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
got to give them credit.
Yeah, poppy seed?
Sesame.
Okay.
Or do you pronounce it the same?
Open the same.
Poppy seed? No, it's the same, please. And I thought to myself, it's a pretty ballsy move, like right across from the Bell Center.
That's a really ballsy move.
On
Seriously. Not only are they coming into Quebec, but they're opening up right across from the rink. Wow.
Yeah, and it's a nice spot. And I thought, wow,
And were they doing a brisk? I guess.
Well, not
before a McCartney concert.
yeah,
They probably were.
it was 3:00 in the afternoon, so
Okay.
it was thankfully quiet. But I would imagine, before hockey games and after hockey games, especially with people who come out of town and want to go home with a bag of bagels, I thought that was pretty ballsy when you think of the classic St. Viator, Fairmont. We like the bagels on I think they're called Hansel and Gretel or Shumi and Boomy. the one at the Marché de l'Ouest.
I know which one. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty good bagels too. I think they're. Are they Hansel and Gretel?
It's Hansel something.
It can't be
something Hansel.
Hansel.
Hansel. Oh, Bugs Bunny reference.
What was the name of the restaurant where the guy said, "It's the food"? It was a chicken restaurant on St. Catherine years ago that we discovered. I think it was Chicken Charlie, I think it was called. And there was an older gentleman. He was always at the front door. And did you have a nice? Yes, we had a nice. It was delicious. I said, "Why is the chicken so good?" And he took a deep breath and he went, "It's the food." And that guy stuck with me.
Really,
I think that was 40 years ago.
Wow, that's funny. That sounds like it's something that you would see on a commercial.
Yeah. Did you happen to pick up the bagel place?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know.
We don't need to give them a plug.
I was misunderstanding.
Anyway, I think people know what it is on the
So Kettleman's, you say?
Is it worth it?
well, Kettleman's, the one at Marché de l'Ouest.
Yeah, is Hansel and something.
Yeah, and
Hansel and Bagel.
Hansel and Bagel.
I think that's what it's called. Hansel and Bagel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Penn, tell us it's going to look. The one on, I think it's Rue de Canadien or whatever that street is that is now the size. Hansel Bagel. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the one in Marché de l'Ouest. And Kettleman's on that street that the mayor turned into a street wide enough for your chariot and your horse.
Yeah.
Christ. And it's usually, the street is usually close to traffic during events. But we were there mid-afternoon. That's where it is. Its front window looks right into the front window of the Bell Center. And like I said,
It's a chain, I guess.
it's a
Ontario
chain. It's an Ontario chain. Yeah. How about that? Got to give them. You got to give them chutzpah points, don't you think? Okay.
Isn't it pronounced chutzpah?
I think so. That guy.
You got a lot of chutzpah.
got a lot of
serving up
chutzpah,
those
that guy.
same bagels.
Let's say hi to our friends at the Mersons, because last night when we were coming home from the Bell Center and it was late on the Laurentian Autoroute, we drove by a guy in the ditch and just said, "There's a guy with no winter tires on." And that's I know it's not the deadline, but Christ, you should have your snow tires on by now.
When I drove back from Knowlton Saturday night, it was in freezing rain.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
Jeez.
and thank God I had my winter tires on. And even in the freezing rain, there were guys going past me on the Eastern Townships Auto Route doing like 120. Yeah, you morons.
Yeah, idiots.
Yeah. So obviously they're in the weeds at the Mersons, as are all of the garages who do tire changes. And God bless also at Merson Automotive. You know, when he sent me a note last week, he said, "Please ask people to be patient, not only with us, but with the other garages as well."
Yeah.
So he's even speaking for his competitors. Cut them some slack. You're not going to get in and out. You're not going to be able to pop by to get your winter tires on.
If you've lived here all your life, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Calling a tire store at the, close to the end of November and saying, "Can you do my tires this afternoon?"
Yeah.
Come on.
No. No, your best bet is to make an appointment online because the phones are ringing off the hook there. I mean, they'll take care of you. It's just going to take a little bit for them to get to you. So, drive carefully in the meantime. Go online, make your appointment, and go see the Mersons. They'll take care of changing your tires over. They'll let you know if you need a new set, summer or winter, or they'll let you know how much tread life you've got left on your existing set, because that's the way they operate. They want to give you a heads up. They're not going to hard sell you on a new set of tires if you don't need them, but they'll let you know when you are going to need them, and they can take care of anything else in terms of automotive repair or maintenance, and anything they can't take care of, they're connected in the industry. They'll send you to someone else you can trust.
Did the folks at Accutech, did Trish like our slogan, I know what this wire does?
I haven't heard back from her on that. Yeah, Accutech. We know what this wire does. Yeah. No, but you know what? We're going to meet Trish because Trish and Tom are going to come to the Toy Tea.
Oh, we'll get to that in the email. I got a couple of emails from people saying they're coming.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, me too.
Ginger Petty, who was our guest last week and who's a Montreal philanthropist who organizes something called Toy Tea Montreal every year to raise money and collect toys for kids who are in shelters with their moms, women's shelters. She said, I want you to invite all of your podcast sponsors. So I invited everybody, knowing that most of them aren't going to be able to make it because they're at work, because it's going to be on a Friday during there are 2 sessions, morning and afternoon. But I got a note back from Trish and said, Tom and I are coming.
Wow, great.
I'm not sure which session they're coming to, but they're going to come. So I guess the rest of the team will be taking care of business for Accutech Electric, whether it's residential or commercial electrical needs. They can help you out, and they also are always looking to partner with other trades, contractors, whatever.
Right.
If you're part of the trades and you need an electrical partner, Accutech is always looking to hook up. So I mean, and then after they have sex with you, they'll
you up? Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. They want to be the electrical brains on your project. You can find them online at accutech.ca, and please don't tell them I said that.
Yeah. They really are. They're just a terrific. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah,
at the
me
Toy
too.
Tea. They're just a terrific bunch. Okay, let's. I don't have the email in front of me this week because I'm leaving here and we're going to go to the Bell Center, so I'm not leaving my laptop in the car. But I wanted to say thank you to Brenda, to Lisa, to Tim Parent. Remember Tim Parent in Calgary? He sent us a note this week.
Oh, nice. Is that where Tim is now in Calgary?
Yes. Yeah. And Bree Cares Adoption. They're fans of ours, and I'm fans of theirs.
Oh, nice.
They keep including us in their stories.
Excellent.
And that's the thing about pets. Don't go to a pet store. Adopt.
Yeah.
Adopt. And Bree Cares Adoption are always talking about us, and we're always talking about them. I don't know how that happened, but
because we plugged their Hallowoof. Party. Yeah, they're on. They're in Dorval on the West Island.
Have you ever tried to put a costume on a pet?
No, and I wouldn't on a cat. That's for sure, because a cat would have no part of it. A dog, depending on his mood or her mood, you might be able to get away with it with a dog, but a cat, forget it.
I see all kinds of things online, like dogs wearing glasses and bow ties and shit. And
maybe they're going out. Maybe there's a dress code where they're going.
And Jess is always trying to do something with our cat Finnegan, and he's having none of it. Did you spill water all over yourself?
Water all over. Well, it's not so much all over me that I'm worried about as I am worried about the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can call Accutech if you fried anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm worried about the floor mostly, Pantelis.
All right.
I just want to mop up the floor. No, I'm good. I just look like I peed in my pants. That's all. And I don't care.
No, we were talking about peeing before, so it all kind of ties in. Anyway, if you want to send us an email, I say this every week. We excuse me. We read all the letters we get, or all the emails we get. Letters, like what is it, 1920? We read all the email we get. We answer most of it, and Ted looks at some of it. I look at some of it, and we answer appropriately. Go to terryandtedpodcast.com, and on the website, you will see a place where you can send us a note. Well, we've got an email address, but it's just easiest to go to website, terryandtedpodcast.com. And again, thanks to everybody who sent email. I like to read a couple every week, and we'll do that next week. Last week, I forgot my recommendations, partially because I guess I didn't have too many, but we'll get to that coming up in just a moment or two. But we also have to get to the tweet sheet, which is also a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited about the. Well, I'm excited about the tweet sheet every week.
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun going through Twitter and trying to find tweets that I think are going to make you laugh. And generally, if they make me laugh out loud, then I think they're going to make you laugh. You might
have noticed
similar senses of humor.
I was just going to say, you might have noticed Ted and I have similar senses of humor, and we often make each other laugh. I was telling Ted before we came on the air today, or turned on the microphones, that I saw a cool Facebook post of McCartney and Mussolini. That I'm sure is real.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. That wouldn't be AI at all.
I don't think so. We were talking about how easily fooled people are now.
Yeah.
By all crazy.
Here's this week's tweet sheet. Let's start with this one from @GrowlyGrego. Probably my favorite thing to do with bon temps is to laissez them rouler. From @TweetPotato314, me, when is your birthday? Her, March 1st. Me, walking around the room. When is your birthday? And from @RealRodLacroix, me, practicing Cats in the Cradle on guitar. Son, hey Dad, me, not now. How great is that?
That's a Harry Chapin song. If you'd like to look it up, it's that's you got to know the tune to get the gag.
That's a very subtle gag, but it's very funny.
Yes.
Hey, Dad, not now. My boy was just like me.
Clink, plink, son, clink, plink. Is that a callback? It's a bit of a callback.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
a callback.
Okay.
Yeah, well done.
This week, a couple of things that we've been watching. Jess and I have been so tied up in sports. We watch a lot of NFL football.
Mm-hmm.
And
The Giants blow it again this week.
I did. I just don't understand. I'm starting to believe your theory about them being in bed with gamblers.
Yeah.
Jesus, Murphy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they've got a new coach. And
Kafka.
yeah. But God, what on earth?
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah. Who's the Jackson Dart is out for a long time?
Yep. Well, no, I think he's week to week with concussion symptoms. So they got Jameis Winston in there now. I like him. I like Winston, yeah. And that interception at the end wasn't his fault. It was the stupid receiver who broke off his route.
Okay.
Anyway,
that was another way to lose, right?
Yeah.
This week, the receiver breaks off his route. Next week, fumble. Anyway, we stumbled on something this week called Malice, and it's on Prime. And some people are saying it's got a White Lotus feel. I don't know. It kind of does. There's a British comedian whose name is Jack Whitehall. I hope I'm remembering this correctly. Anyway, he plays the main character who's a conniving, murderous guy that implants himself into a wealthy family who's holidaying in Greece. And we're caught up in it. We're about 4 episodes in, and we didn't know. I'd never read anything about it. I didn't know anything about it, and we started to watch it, and it was a little slow, but we kind of like it. So I said to Jess, I'm going to give this a plug. It's called Malice. If you have Prime, that's where you'll find it. Landman, the second Landman, premiered this past Sunday. Haven't got to it yet. And we are devouring, as much as we can on Apple, a thing called Down Cemetery Road with Emma Thompson. We absolutely love this. It's so good. It's written by the same author who does Slow Horses. Mm-hmm. So if you like Slow Horses with Gary Oldman, you will like Down Cemetery Road with Emma Thompson.
It's British.
Man, it's very British.
Yeah.
And is it good? It's really, really good. Those are my recommendations this week.
Malice.
Malice.
I like the expression malice aforethought.
Yes.
That'd be a good band name.
was a great. I think that was the name of a movie too. with-
Malice Aforethought?
No, Malice with I think Paul Newman was in it.
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
You know what Malice Aforethought means?
Yes. I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
That's Malice Aforethought. Yeah.
Any questions? I'd be a good teacher, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's it. Are we done, Pantelis? Yeah, Pantelis is nodding. Get out of here, you guys. Pantelis owns the studio, and this week is our producer and did an amazing job. Thank you, Pantelis. Thank you very much.
We haven't thanked him enough. You
No,
know that
I know
for
that.
everything he's
Yeah.
done for us in
Yeah.
the podcast world?
We wouldn't be podcasting without Pantelis.
No, we wouldn't.
No,
No,
and
we'd be sitting on a park bench
yep.
going,
Yeah, actually sometimes we sit on a park
that's true,
bench.
yeah. Just not as often because
yeah.
we're busy podcasting
Yeah.
some days.
Listen, and this is the thing, there are lots of podcasts. Pantelis has 3 of them. The Intellectuals, Pantelis Podcast, the French Cast.
Are you still doing 2 drink minimum with Mike Ward?
It's on hiatus till we slow down the tours.
Okay.
Mike Ward is very busy, very big star. Anyway, my point was there are a lot of podcasts. I know because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I download a bunch of them onto my phone, and it's hard to get to them. And I know there are people who download this podcast every single week. And we've got a regular list of people that do that every week. And I just want you to know how grateful we are, because it's very, very difficult to poke your head up through the podcast world.
Yeah. It's
There
a
are
cluttered
hundreds
landscape.
and hundreds of thousands of them. And we're very, very grateful to everybody who checks it out. And I know this doesn't sound like much, but for us, it's a big deal. We have over 500 subscribers now on our YouTube channel. So thank you for subscribing, and thank you for leaving us a review, and thank you for sharing of the podcast. TerryandTedPodcast.com is the perfect place to send people. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I said. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and the not much looked at anymore X or Twitter. We have accounts there. We post promos every week. Ted does an amazing job keeping that page up and running. And like I said, if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, that's a big help too. Autre chose? Je pense que non.
No.
Okay.
C'est tout.
Merci encore une fois. We'll see you next week.
Standing by. The Terry and Ted podcast is hosted by Terry DiMonte and Ted Bird and is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada. The executive producer of Standing By is Jessica Dion.